Ugh, my stream wasn't started. All of this. Ugh. Okay, stream is started, but most of that was kind of useless anyway. So let's redo this part again. Hello everybody. If you were trying to get in, apparently my stream didn't want to start, even though I set it to start. Grumble. Um, so it's going now. We're only 30 minutes in. All I did though, we'll jump back in just a sec. All I did was create, eh, shading. Jump to the regular texture. I created this ground, um, and I set the terrain the way I wanted it. I had significant struggles here. It's been a morning. It is Monday. Anyway, so we have green where we want vegetation. We have rocks, and then we have dirt where we're going to put underneath the water. Um, I used the auto terrainer geometry setup that you can get in Gumroad for free. Just Google it. It's awesome. And then I applied my texture to it, and I've been tweaking it ever since. Hi, Micah. Yeah, I hit start and it didn't start. So now we've started again. But again, there's nothing, I haven't done anything up till this point that's terribly different from anything I've done dozens of times, except try to figure out how to make this area the dirt color and make it work better. And I didn't super great, but it's fine for what we're doing now. Um, anyway, now I'm going to bake. So what I've done is I've taken these nodes here, all this stuff are the mask for the green. And if we put that to its own principal shader, you can see, so I have where the grass is white, where the rock is black, and it goes into its own new principal shader. So now let's bake. So we'll come over here, we go to our render settings, bake. We're setting it to diffuse. We're turning off direct and indirect lighting. We just want the color. And output, it defaults to image textures. We're changing it to active color attribute. Nothing complicated. That's all we did to it. We did subdivide our ground to give us more vertices. So we have, more vertex information than we did before, but that's fine. And we hit bake and it was working. So yes. Okay. Yay. We're over a month into streaming. The first one to have technical difficulties. That's not too bad. I apologize. And it's baking away, making a cake. And it finished. And now, just for funsies, if we go look at Shift-A, search color attribute, and we go select, we called it grass. Oh, that was the other thing. You have to create a color attribute down here in color attributes and make sure it is the selected one. So I called it grass. I had another one for vertex color. And we select it. You can see this is where it's putting it. And this is why we added the geometry, because it can only put color information where there's a vertex. So if this is the higher res your surface is, the more accurate your color attribute is going to be. And you can see we got those bumps here. Um, but we got our color attribute and it's there and it's working, which is cool. And now I'm going to do what I did before and essentially remove that. And I think I'm just going to remove this entirely. And, oh, I need it to be over here. I can just remove this entirely. And now we have our grass back again. But that's fine because it's been baked. So even though it's not dirt, because the dirt wasn't looking the way I wanted it to, those edges were gnarly, we'll just have green underneath the water for up here, and that's fine. But it'll still work for our baking purposes. So now, come down here, and let's save. And let's go to geo-scatter, select our surface. And I know, right? Yeah, whenever I hit bacon blender, I'm like, ooh, muffins. Um, it does not make muffins. It might make donuts though. Apparently Blender's good at that. Um, and let's grab a tropical biome. I'm not sure which one we want to use. Let's try 8. You can always change it. And we get crap everywhere. Oh, that's not what we want. No, but that's fine. Yes, and I realize that that's a lot of geometry. So the new version of geo-scatter finally has groupings. So this whole biome is in one group that we can adjust this culling mask to. In this case, a color attribute that we have set before called grass. And we pick it, and then we invert it, and voila. We have plants where we had green, and we have rock where we had rock. And it's literally that simple. Um, Now we can do some more to it, obviously after this, because I don't think this is entirely how I want it to look. But that's the basis for it. And if we wanted to change it, all we need to do is go in and rebake it and make sure to that same color attribute, and it will automatically repropagate back out to this biome, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Um, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put my dam and my water. Well, we'll leave it separate. My dam into a new group called dam without the capital A because I'm OCD about that kind of thing. And then the water into a new collection called water. And the reason is I want these trees to be, yeah, okay, that is pretty cool, isn't it? That's neat. Like I like that a lot. I'm nerdy, but I do. Trees. And now we can apply inside this biome. We applied the global um, color attribute to the whole biome, but now we can start tweaking the individuals. So I like the plants close to the dam, but I don't want the trees close to the dam. So let's do a proximity object repel on collider of the dam with a minimal distance of like 5 meters, maybe even a bit more. Just kind of checking to see what it does. Let's go with 10 meters. Okay. And then I want to also have it back from the water a little bit. And the collider is going to be the water. And I'll have it be minimum distance of like 4. Just so we have a bit up on the shore. And trees, it doesn't make sense to have them be in the slope as much as some of the other stuff, even though I like the grass there. So let's abiotic and add slope to that one as well. And now, voila. Now we have trees here. These are big trees. It's a tiny dam. And I'm gonna, yeah, that's fine. It's like maybe I don't try like those trees there either, but it's all right for the purposes of this. Let's go into our water now, and I'm going to make it solid the other way, down. Yeah, that's good enough. Cool. And apply it, and then we can duplicate it actually. This would be cool. Duplicate it, bring it over here, and then bring it down. To wherever we wanted it to be from before, probably about where the shoreline was. Let's see. To like there. And because it's in the same water group, it's pushed the trees back there too, which is cool. I don't think it needs to be as thick though. And let's just cut this up. GZ. So just bring it up to just underneath the water. There we go. And whenever possible, I try to let rules drive placement of things because it makes it way more flexible for changing later. Um, you know what I mean? Like I can come because I had to bake the landscape or sort of apply the landscape modifier to this. I can't go through and change it anymore, which is too bad because there's a few things actually in looking at it now. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind moving that or whatever. But if I do, I have to just move the individual pixels. I can't adjust anymore, which is a pain. Like it's too bad, but that's all right. But now because our um, vegetation is driven by that effectively new texture we've created that's applied into the model itself, I can just change it, rebake it, and yep, there'll be a new place. And that's cool. That is neat. Let's apply some water to this sucker. Just make these, do we want to unify them? Let's just make them one object, at least for right now. And see which one we like best for our water. Get this river water I kind of liked. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, that works cool for me, at least for right now. I'm not being terribly picky about my waters. And let's make sure Shift A, or yeah, Control A, sorry, rotation and scale. Make sure they're the right scale. And they are. Looking good. And then now we can start working on our actual dam. I have no idea. This hasn't been on for 12 minutes, but I wasn't on correctly before. So, but okay. Yeah, we're doing good. We got another 45 minutes. We're about 45 minutes in. Cool. We got loads of time. So I'm just kind of looking at them, seeing what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And I'm going to turn off geo-scatter for right now, just so I can adjust my dam easier. Look at that. Control A, rotation and scale, and tab. Control R. I'm just going to create it down the center, and that looks like we got it nice down the center. Give it a big space like that. Okay, that's the center part of our dam, and then let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, and 5 on that side. Cool. Alrighty, and then 1 here. And now let's just solo this sucker. And even just drop back into regular. Now, can me 1 to here. Control Shift bevel. Let's see what we get. Cool. Give us some nice arching. And then we can select 3 and grab these faces here. And then these faces here. Right? Actually, we want basically, what do we want? Everything's at the top. And that, and anything on the back. So just grab that. Control I, invert it. Yeah. Well, no, because we don't want the. How do I want to do it? We don't want those ones. I was right the first time. and I. I. There we go. And set that in just a little bit. And then let's go grab Shift G coplanar and GY out a little bit. I don't know. It looks like some of them are straight. I was looking at some of the ones in Scotland, and they look straight. I mean, it could be they could need to be no, that's the wrong one. They might need a bit of that. That's possible, but that's what I wanted. Yeah, but the ones in Scotland seemed like they were pretty much straight on. They didn't bend. We're gonna pull out the. If you mean bow doesn't pull the bottom out, yeah, we're doing that now. But they don't curve. They're just straight. All right. There's that section. You can't even really see it too much, can you? Because it's. That might make it a little taller. Get it up a bit higher. And then out a bit further. And that's okay to me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like if you look at Kruak Dam, maybe it's a dam the way it's like this one turns, but this one's dead straight across the top. Like that one's curves, but straight, straight. Yeah. This is one from Andor. Oh, let me pull it down. I was just looking at my ref, but on the other screen. Come on. If you look, yeah, like straight across. So I don't know. We're gonna go straight across for this one. I don't feel like curving it. Let's turn back on geo-scatter just to make sure things look all right. Yeah, that's cool. Our water is clearly low. But honestly, this is more about showing this side than the top anyway. I honestly debated not even doing the top part. It's more about like getting something like that as our angle. And we'll just set that camera just so I can see it now if I want to jump back to it. Camera, clip end 500. There we go. And we might as well just set it while we're here. Get our stuff right. Yeah, it's like, what do you mean you can't see what I'm seeing? The worst is when I literally point at my screen with my finger. I've been known to do it. I got nothing. All right. And lens of 35, just to see it. Not 38, 35. Okay. So something like that could be our dam. That looks all right. And again, like the most things was to prove to show the color attribute stuff more than anything else, which we have shown now, so we're good. But let's come back and edit some more. Rotation scale it again. And where's my dude? I know I created one. Human gen. Where is he? Oh. It's pretty big, actually, isn't it? It's not as small as I thought. Those trees are just monstrous, which is cool. I'm just gonna. Yeah, no, they're really that big. No, person. Put them on the top of our dam. Did I really get him that close? That's not bad. All right, so it's a pretty narrow dam, but so is the one in Scotland. And again, I'm okay with that. Let's select this top face here, and make it higher or lower. Let's make it higher. Just give me a bit more room to play with. And then 2, Control R. And then grab it from here to here, Control B. Something like that. It doesn't need to be 3 though, or more than 3, whatever. 9, one segment. Width, make it a bit more. A nice even 2 meters, sure. And then E back down a bit. Let's go right back down to about where his foot was. Sure. Let's save. And now that's looking cool. I like that. More fun things can we do here? Lots, but what more fun things do we want to do here? First off, let's give it a material. We're going with concrete. Do we want to go with my dirty concrete or another concrete or something else? Let's start with the dirty concrete, see what it looks like. Grunge concrete. And we're going to need to probably, let's see. U cube projection. Sure. Close the area. And that's entirely a wrong scale for this thing. Let's see. Yeah, AS 25. This is where I think it might start looking weird. Actually, the interesting thing is the outlet for the water for this one seems like it's underground. There's another one reason I liked this thing is it's below the water line down here, and it just comes out because of pressure. But I don't like this material going across like this. I was hopeful, but no. But I do like the scale approximately. So, but yeah, if you look on I looked everywhere on this dam, and you can't even see the water coming out. It's this tiny little channel down at the bottom. It's kind of neat. Always look at your reference because often it's not what you think it's going to be. Blender shaders, Kit Bash 3D, lots of good concrete here. Let's just try a couple, see what we get. It's kind of neat. It's a little too even, I think, but it's kind of cool. Concrete form with holes. Yeah, let's just see. Long blocks. Interesting. I like it better the other way though. Grime. Did I use, that was one I used before, wasn't it? Yeah, I do like the grime ones though. Shocking. That might be too small, but neat looking. Oh, not an aircon. Painted dark. I'm just looking at a few here. We're doing okay on time, so, you know. It's a little too red for me. Warzone, Concrete A. That's a little too repetitive. Trick with these sorts of textures, you don't really want to see the repetitive, and it's often very easy to do. And it kind of destroys your vibe. Still liking that one, I think. I just think I'm going to change the scale a bit. We've gone back and forth. It's hard to say. And well, in concrete, even when it's not a brick, sometimes it's cast that way. It's like how you see these may not actually be separate sections. They may just be, this is where the supports were, and the concrete molds into that. Scale S5. Turn a bit more. Not that, not the thing. And yeah, this S.5. There we go. That's looking okay. I like that reasonably well. It was a little sharp though, but I think back and forth. Right now we've changed the scale. Let's see how we feel about one of these other ones. That one's just totally grungy. That might be a little too grungy. That one's all right. Let's go with that to start with. We can always play with it more. Okay. All right. Close this off. And again, I'm kind of looking at the reference when I'm making this, even though if you can't see it, but I'm looking to see what's there. And we can do some things. So let's edit 3, Control R. No, solo it. I just want to get this section here. 2, Control R. Yeah. It worked. Why did you not do it? You just did it. Okay, tab. Solo it again. Tab 2. Like, I saw you do it. Fine. Okay, here to here. There you go. Now we got you. Yeah. Can we bevel it and not destroy it? That works for me. Cool. And we don't want to bevel it quite as much. To there. Even it's cobblestones. It wasn't cobblestones. It was just concrete with gravel in it. So, like it can be. Okay, so we want. I'm just gonna see if we can't grab this one and that one and just solo those two, so I can see where the heck I'm at. Now I should be able to Control R. 1. Yep. KZ. No. I always want to say it's which one you constrain it against. It's which one you constrain it to when you're doing knife cut. Okay. Great. 3. E. I don't want to come up. GY. No. E. E. GY. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm sure there are some somewhere. I'm just worried about what I can see. If I can't see it, I'm not too worried about it. Um, I'm sure there are, I mean, there have to be water outlets, and there's always um, safety valves and all that kind of stuff too. So, like, I'm not arguing that at all. um, E. Oh, no, I must go up a. Oh, I must still be angled. SZ0. No, don't do that. EGY. SX. There we go. I don't need these to be nearly that big, but just as an easy place to start. GX. Go in. Those are nothing. They're just garbage. Just wanted to get some concrete down the bottom. Oh yeah, no, it's good to know how this stuff works for sure. It never hurts. All right, so we got our like concrete little ledge thing down there at the bottom. I like that. Maybe we'll put like a little building down here too. Um, keep it from being totally symmetrical construction wise. Cube. Tab GZ1. Cool. Scale. Sure. Now let's bring our guy down just to see. Yeah, select him, object, 3 cursor, GX, GZ, just to see where he's at. That's a little tall for what I wanted, I think. 3 GZ. I could be bothered to make these plants go around this building, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just gonna kind of hide them into a little bit. And there we go. Just so it's not like glaringly obvious. Not your kind of place? Yeah. Okay. Let's yeah, we want to do for here. Inset. E down. Give it a roof. Ledge. And it's tropical, so they don't need to worry about snow, so they don't need a pointed roof, although they would have to worry about drainage, but we're not going to stress. And over here at solo it 7 and W just to make it different. Grid modeler, just to do something different. I don't know, I didn't want it to cut in, but that's fine. GZ, bring it up. Okay. So again, Can we even see it from this angle? Yep. So that was our angle from our camera as we set it. So now we can get a better sense of scale. Let's bring it down in. Just make sure we've lined things up the way we like it. That looks cool. Okay, looking good. And just to replicate our form again, let's give it another edge loop. And I keep wanting to just, there we go. Having a bad modeling day. Okay. Alrighty then. Now, what do we want to do? We need some windows. Some windows could be cool. Let's see if we just grab some pre-made ones, just because it's not a huge part of our design, and I don't care that much at this stage. Check out Ian's again. This one. Oh. Yeah, sure. X90. Oh man, it happens to everybody. Some days it's just, you know, yeah. Yeah. My father used to say all the time, he was big into First Nations cultures. He's a bit of a hippie and probably would be considered now, as a white dude that he was, you know, I don't know, appropriating. But there's a term he used to say is that when you go hunting, sometimes the deer will not die for you that day. And yeah, it feels like that sometimes. Some days the deer just will not die. I like it as a term. It's like, no, you're not a bad hunter. It has nothing to do with you. Okay, there we go. I'm not even sure I'm going to put an obvious door down here on this one. I mean, we could, but it's big windows. Yeah, maybe we do. Let's see, do we put a door like right there? We could do that. That'd be kind of neat. Sure, why not? In there. Okay, it's a bigger door. Actually, I know what I'll use. We won't even do this. We're going to go to big, medium, small, because I love this thing. And buildings. Building parts. No, it's addressing elevator. Yes, that elevator. Okay. RZ90 GZ. Bring it out. We got a door. And let's close this again. And we'll make this building the same as this material here, which I think I might need to probably will to re-UV, right? Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, we will need to re-UV at least that part of it. Let's solo it. Cube projection. Fine, good enough. And this guy, material. Which one are we using? I've got so many now. MTM concrete A. Okay. And I'm going to now, I see them all, nuke those other ones I'm not using because I had a lot of material in there. Okay, so we got it, but it's still wrong. A, U, cube projection. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. These windows are cool, but I don't like the top for them. So rust box, that's the one I don't want to use. I'm going to instead try. Every time I close this thing, I always need it immediately after. But when it's open, it's in my way. Rust box, change my yellow. Yep, cool. I like that better. Ties in more. I think we will put one more of these doors. There. RZ90, RZ minus 90. Yep. Oh, Ian makes some good stuff. I sometimes I feel bad because it's like I'm just using Ian's stuff and whatever. But they're cool and like it's legal. I'm part of his Patreon and like I'm allowed to use them. But he just makes good stuff. I try. Lately, because of these streams, I've been more focused on putting things together like Legos than necessarily just making new things. But I should make more new stuff too. Okay. The more stuff you make, the more stuff you're going to be happy about later on down the road. It's just how it goes. I like that. I want to put some stuff up here on the top. Let's see what I've got in the way of interesting things to use. I feel like I go through phases where it's like for a bit I am Lego building and then I am making parts. And because of that, I don't mind too much because I feel like I'm going to come back around to a parts building phase. And I'm a pretty strong believer in, that's cool looking, in working on the things that you're excited about when you're excited about them. So don't try to force yourself. The poll for the live stream you're watching just ended. Yeah. Um, yeah. Okay, that's cool. It's a little too clean, I think. Let's see if we can't mess with it a little bit. I'm just going to add a cube because I don't think I have classic here. Do I? No, I don't. Okay. Shift A, mesh, cube. Just so I can have I'll grab that so I can get the dirtifying things on him. Shading. Sometimes you have to just do that. I mean, I get that it's not necessarily satisfying. I'm working on an illustration right now, and that's basically what it is it's putting stuff together because I'm not there to make new things. And it's like, oh, you're doing a hardware store. Well, yeah, or I'm not. But say, for example, like, well, you're not going to make everything in a hardware store. It's kind of silly to even do that. There's no need for it, and it just wastes time, particularly when you're not being paid that much. Okay, so this is going to go to here, and this is going to go to here. And it's obviously what you have the flexibility to do when you're doing it professionally versus not. Sometimes it can be a bit different. Yeah, that's better. Um, yeah. When you're doing something for fun, do whatever. Like that's for me. When I'm doing it for fun, I do whatever I'm excited about. Sometimes I'm excited about putting stuff together and storytelling. Sometimes I'm excited about making objects. It's both. Okay, cool. I like that. Um, yeah. That's going in. Yeah, it's going in there. Okay. And yeah, we're not using that. Go away. Just add that grunge to the object there. What that object is, I don't know. Something though. Your own pleasure or your own anger. Yeah, it can be like that sometimes too, right? Even when I'm doing it for pleasure, I'm thinking about it in terms of how I would use this to for my job. So it gets a little bit more complicated sometimes, just because I do use it professionally. Professionally can win even when I'm not doing it professionally, even if it shouldn't, but it certainly can. I do like this piece. Let's just bring that up there, and yeah, that's fine. I like that. Um, Now here we got enough time to yeah, recreate whatever you want. I mean, it's your thing. I'm not worried about that at all. Um, you know, if it looks exactly like mine and you post it, give me a bit of credit. Other than that, I don't care. And if it doesn't look exactly, then yeah, it doesn't really matter anyway. All right, let's see. Add 3, 4, 5. Sure, and 5. Okay, and 5 again. Sounds good. Sure, and 5. Not 50. 5 again. Good. Okay. So now let's take that. I'm just going to do my usual thing, right? And that. Select them all. Got to select them all. They're like Pokemon. All right. And um, EGZ1 and EGZ.3. EGZ.3. Okay. P section. Cool. Now kill this. Close the area. Just making our railing. And tab. And we want this and this. And this and this. Q. Curve extract. I don't want it to be negative. Positive, right? Let's see. Geometry 0.05. There we go. Cool. Let me come back to this sucker. A. Swallow it. And then turn off this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Right? Okay. Q. Curve extract. Why is that one still there? Did I have an extra loop somewhere? I think I do. Control Z. Fine. Tab. AM by distance. Yes, I did. Okay, solo it. Tab 3. Now we're good. Q, curve extract. And again, we want it to be 5. And let's delete that. This and this. Object, convert to mesh. Join them together. And let's add our, let's give it a material of our yellow. I think I have it right. Grunge yellow painted. Yep. And woo, we have railings now. They go way further than they need to, but that's fine. Cool. And just a little more. We're getting near our end, but we're doing fine. I think I want to apply the grunge to this as well. Let's see what that does. Save and go to our shading. I think I should still have it. Yep, I do. Now let's take it from here and apply that one to here. And yeah. Then I want to Shift A, search, bump, and apply that to the height. Strength of like 0.2, distance of like 0.5. I want to add a little bit of pseudo edge wear, and that helps. How do you leave? Well, you're assuming you leave through the bottom. My assumption is that essentially none of this area is accessible except through inside here. So maybe we put another building in here on this side for this railing. But like, I don't think you leave and go walking here. I think you go in and then there's tunnels all up inside there, kind of like the Hoover Dam is like that. But you know, for funsies, actually there's no crossfit here, so let's do this. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. Okay, tab, Control R, Control Bevel. Let's see, 3 E 0.3 up a foot. And then E across to there. I didn't line it up exactly, but screw it. Let's do this. I don't use this enough. I should. Magnet to edge and E. Perfect. There we go. Now it's lined up there. And now let's see. Control R. Cool. Close enough for government work. 2. E. GZ 1. E. GZ 0.3. No, or it should be up there. There we go. 1. E. Why do you do that? That's bizarre. GZ.3. There we go. Thank you. 3. Select. Select. P section, tab, solo, 2, Q. Actually, before we even do this, we'll just make it even more fun. Control bevel. No. Control shift bevel. Control shift B. Add a curve to it. Like that. Sure. Cool. 2. Grab those. Q. Curve extract. And geometry 0.05. And then grab these again. Tab. Solo it. A. Yeah, just grab, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I don't think I grabbed those ones, did I? 4. Q, curve extract. 5. Unsolo. Yep. Cool. Object. Convert to mesh. Join them together. And we'll make them yeller. And cool. They extend out too far because it came to the edge of my bridge. And if I were getting up close, that would probably matter, but I'm not. But I'm still going to fix it. There we go. So now they got a walkway across. Save. And yeah. And presumably back up here, there's like a dam control building and stuff like there is on the actual one, but up there on the top. But we're not going to show it because I'm not even going to go up there. We have water just because it might bounce light up onto the trees and I could see it, but we don't even need it right now. Although we could come up here and I could obviously adjust it more. I'm glad your OCD's happier. I get it. I totally do. Well, we got a walkway across now. This is just feeling too bright and colorful for me. That's better. Yeah, that's just better by itself. Let's see if we have 2 of them. They both fit. Oh, let's turn off snapping. And shrink it just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's better. Let's make sure it's still touching the floor because that's my OCD. It is. Yep. And we could put a railing on the top, but I think we built that lip, so we'll leave it alone for right now. Although a railing would look cool. I might get to it eventually. Not like it's hard. It just takes time. Let's give it a material. Share maps. We're not abandoned. Nature. Yeah, this is a tropically looking one. Let's use it. And we need to rotate it because it's, and probably decrease the strength too, but 90. It's right on. Do we want to give us more drama or less on the side? Which way do we go? We want to be able to see it, but have some drama as well. And ideally, I'd like some shadow in those crevice areas like that. So we point out that they're there more. Yeah, okay. 85's all right. Exposure, -1. Maybe even 0. Might be all right with just that. Yeah, the stuff about the building's cool. I like this. This is one of those back when I was in the mood to just make greebly bits. I just made a whole bunch of stuff like this. I was trying to make like one a day and then just saving them. And I think it's neat. I likes it. Okay, so that's looking all right. That's looking okay. I like our, I mean, like, given the whole point was just to put trees and plants on those green areas, I feel like we've gone above and beyond. um, and that's fine. I think the water looks all right. I have no issue with it. Um, anything else I want to do in the immediate short term? I want to put some lights and stuff out there on the top, I think, but I'm not quite there yet. Anyway, I think this is a good stopping point. We've done the majority of what we set out to do, which was we've created a dam, we have created a terrain, we have mapped plants accurately to what our shader said it should be, and we've made that controllable. Yeah, looks good to me. Thanks for hanging out, Micah. Sorry I started almost half an hour late. I was talking the whole time, but on the other hand, it wasn't coming terribly smoothly, so you just missed me cursing myself out a lot. Not the worst thing. Anyway, I will be back again tomorrow. I think, particularly given how this one goes, I'll take the other option from my poll and do the modernist house tomorrow against the waterfall cliff, so we get to do it all again in a fairly similar sort of vibe. Um, and yeah, I will see you again later. Okay, have a good one. Bye bye.